Hello YouTube, this is Dan from Merchant Prince Digital. Welcome to my Let's Play of Satisfactory 1.2. This is episode 6. In previous episodes we was dealing with some of the issues with power. We still have some of those issues, so I'm probably going to go and have a look at the coal factory, the coal power plant, and see if I can improve that. We're producing 300 watts, we need about 324. I think we can probably double the amount of coal power plants that we've got, and that should solve us for a little while. So let's get on and do that. So on the right hand side you can see my to-do list. We need some iron plates, we need some rotors, plenty of cables, and then we need some copper sheets. I've had a little bit of a break from playing this. I've had a few things going on, so it might take me a little bit of time to re-familiarise myself with where stuff is. I'm pretty sure the copper plant, the early copper plant, as you can see it's a bit of a mess, is over here. But this should be where we should have some copper sheets. Yep, there's copper sheets. Right, so let's take this stuff and we'll head off to our coal power plant area, is off in that direction. We picked up enough stuff to build this parachute, which helps us getting around a little bit. There's a Mercer spear at the top of that hill. We're going to need that for later on, so I'm going to try and collect that. I built a little bit of a temporary bridge, not very pretty, but it will get us around. So one of the things that I want to start doing is building nicer factories, nicer looking factories.
The effigy has no song, only echoes, but it is part of a river. Why does the effigy avoid the windows?
Attention. Your brain's operations are outside typical parameters. Time spent daydreaming will be deducted from your sustenance budget.
Uh-oh. I can hear cats. Oh, there's a cat. Oh no. Oh no. I haven't got good weapons to fight the cats. So if you missed previous episodes, the reason there are giant cats running around is because I've got arachnophobia mode on, and it replaces all the spiders in the game with giant cats, which is, to be honest, equally terrifying if you ask me. They look very frightening when they're running at you. Geronimo! Right, here's our coal power plant. Oh, please tell me I didn't forget to bring... Oh, I forgot to bring concrete with me. This is a disaster. Is there some concrete up here? I think there's a concrete. Yeah, look, there's concrete there. I'm just going to make some concrete. What an absolute disaster. I should have brought the concrete with me. Right. Oh no, I haven't even got enough concrete to make more concrete. Ouch! Right! Is it dead? Phew. Okay. Right, we'll handcraft some concrete. We'll make a little concrete factory, and then we can hopefully start work on this lovely coal power plant. Clonk, clonk, clonk. Clonk, clonk, clonk. Okay. Crafting bench. Concrete, please. Okay. It's going to be a bit rough already. I can't be bothered to go back. Oh, I need a portable miner as well. Absolute disaster. This is what happens when you take a break from playing and you forget where you've put everything. Okay. Miner Mark 1 into... Oh, why did I put it like that? Miner Mark 1. Sorry like that. We'll tidy this all up once we've got more resources. Oh, I'm missing concrete to even put down power cables. I'm sure this is thrilling content for you to watch me handcrafting stuff in an automation game. It's a bit like this at the beginning. Right. Concrete. Connect it up. Will it reach? Too long. Okay. Have I got enough concrete to actually make the next bit? Yeah, just about. Here it comes. Okay. Constructor. Didn't actually see how much stuff's coming out of this. Concrete, 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 concrete. 60 per minute, okay. So we can have 2 of these. Make concrete. Make concrete. 45 and 45 is 90, so we need to drop this down to 15. It's like 5 per minute. Yeah. So we've got this one's going to use 15 per minute, this one's going to use 45 per minute, and together they'll be using the 60 per minute that node is generating. Okay. Like that.
I'm ready.
Like that. Proper rough and ready this, but I'm just trying to get things going as fast as possible. Okay. Concrete factory up and running. I'm going to use this to build our power plant. So, in case you're not from the UK, it's been incredibly hot the last few days, and we're not used to it in the UK. None of our houses are set up for warmth. We're normally a cold and wet country, so the moment the temperature gets above 25 degrees, people start panicking. And my room where I'm recording these videos, it's just been like an absolute sauna the last week or so. It's made it very hard to be productive, but it's cooling down a little bit now. We're more comfortable 20 degrees today, so yeah, I think we got up to like 36, 38 at one point, which is very unusual for this time of year in the UK. Well, it's very unusual for the UK in general. So yeah, if you're from the UK and you're also struggling with the heat, I totally get it. It's mad. A lot of people say, oh, that's nothing compared with other places in the world. And there's this argument that like the heat in the UK feels different, and I think it's because we're not set up for it. None of the buildings have air conditioning. Most of the time we don't even have fans. It's quite humid. Yeah, so that's what I've been dealing with and everyone else has been dealing with in the UK, which has been quite funny. Right, so we've got 4 coal power plants here, and I think we used up this back row. We put this new row in just for a bit of extra oomph, but effectively we've got space for another 4. So we're short on concrete, so we'll just sort of do a concrete-less build to start off with, and then we'll build the concrete around it as it generates. So we want another 4 of these, and it's sort of there. Is that in line? Yeah. If I can sort of get it roughly in the right place, then I can nudge it. Nudge, 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 nudge. That good? No, I've totally missed it. There, on down, I think that's about right. Yeah. 1, 2, about there. Perfect. We're robbing all the concrete from here in order to build further along. Bingo! Okay, so there's our 4 more power plants. Let's connect them up now. Grab some concrete. 33 concrete. See if we can do the bit underneath. So at the moment we're merging this line of coal in. So we really want to carry this along. Yeah. How far can I get before I run out? So like that. Gonna need higher tier belt. So this tier of belt only holds 60. So we want to upgrade to the tier 2. So it says Mark 2, and that holds 120. Yes, I think we probably need to go to 120 at this point, and probably at this point. Okay, cool. Oh, let's grab this quartz node. I really want to be able to build the skeleton legs. They let you move around a lot faster. Right now, this feels like I'm moving very slowly, just because I'm used to playing the game with the better equipment. Okay, so we need some more concrete to be able to do this bit. Ah. Let's just quickly have a look. So this is the, I'm just going to quickly put this down. This is the research centre. Yeah, so this is what I want, is the blade runners. They let you move really quick. I need a bit more quartz. And then I'll actually need some silica to do it. What else can I unlock? Anything else? Nothing yet. Power slugs, I've got the blue one. Let's research that. Da 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 da. Oh, I can do this
Power
as well.
slugs extract latent energy from their surroundings to sustain themselves. By tuning the object scanner to the particular potential energy signature, it is now able to locate them against the background environmental static.
Power slugs let you make your machines work extra hard. So instead of 100%, you can use a power slug to make it run at 150%, for example. At the cost that they use up an awful lot of power. So they're not great for us right now, where we're struggling for power. But later on, when we've got lots of power plants up and running, we might use power slugs to make certain machines go quicker. Ah, I keep falling off there. I'm really annoyed that I didn't bring the concrete with me. All of this would be a breeze if I brought a load of concrete with me, but it's so far away. Okay. Another coal power plant, hopefully, is about to be brought up online. We're probably gonna need more water. Put one of these there. Ah. Okay. Is it... whereabouts is this gotta go? Sort of here. Ah! Let me out! I need to put barriers up so I'm not falling off everywhere. So I think it's about there. Let's try that. Let's do a bit of clipping through the floor, but I'm not too worried. Cool. So, is that going to fill up? Yeah, it's filling up. Is that going to work? Yeah, it's on. Ta-da! So we need 45 cubic meters of water every minute. One of those water extractors produces 120. So we've got 240 over there. The pipe can hold 300, yeah. So the pipes can't hold any more than 2, really. 240 divided by 45 is, well, 180 is 4. 225 is 5, so it's about 5. So any more plants after this 5th one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these plants are going to need more pumps. With that addition, we are now over our max consumption, so I think we might leave this running for a bit and go and do something a bit more exciting. Let the concrete build up, and then we'll come back and finish all of this off. Yeah, let's do that. We should, hopefully, be alright for power for a little while, until I start adding a load more machines in. Right. So also on the list is we want to be building blueprints and we want to be building trucks. As you can see in the top right, the milestone for vehicular transport needs 25 modular frames, which we're not yet producing anywhere. So building a modular frames factory is quite a good step to take. So that's one option. I'd also quite like to get some more quartz, which is which is the thing that's going to let us build windows and the blade running boots that I mentioned. Really good for making our factory look more nice with windows and decorations and stuff. I think there's quartz in that direction, so we could go and do that. Yeah, over here is probably our closest quartz, or maybe over there. 1000. So we could go and have a little look over there, but again we're probably going to want some more concrete to be able to go and do that. So I'll go back to base first, I think. It doesn't hurt to start dragging our power poles around the map, so that when we eventually decide to go in that direction, we can bring power over there. Okay. So let's head back to base. So this bit of the grassy field has got a few nodes in it. There's limestone there, there's some iron there. I think there's some more down around that side. So later on we can build some factories around here. Let's collect this slugs. These are the power slugs that I mentioned, dotted around the map. Ouch! Why you? Is he dead? He's dead. And I want to get these Mercer spears up and running, so these are really cool. We'll talk about them. They'll stop this running back and forward across the map to pick up resources. So this is where we're going to build the modular frame factory. So let's have a look at that with some lovely concrete out of here. So let me just have a quick look at my notes on this. How much iron do we have access to? So we've got 2 impure nodes. Okay, so 2 impure nodes. Let's say we've got 60 coming in. So I think we can build a factory with 2 smelters. Eventually it will get us about 2.5 modular frames a minute. Let's have a look. Modular frames. Yep, cool. And let's have a look at the screws. I'd really like to unlock cast screws. Don't think I've found any recipes for screws. Yeah, we'll worry about that later on. Okay, so modular frames. So we're going to mine the resources here. We're going to bring it into our building behind us. Let's clear this off. Need more portable miners. Yeah, so each big miner that you put down needs 1 portable miner to start off with. Bingo. Miner. Okay, so we'll bring the 2 in. Get rid of this. Oh no, not enough space. Bin it off. Yeah, so we're going to smelt the iron ore into iron ingots. Then we're going to use that to make rods and plates. Then we're going to use the plates and the rods to make reinforced iron plates. And then we're going to use the reinforced iron plates to make modular frames. And then we win the game. Not really. If only. Okay. Bring in the goods into there, and then we'll go in, let's say we'll go in here. I quite like to keep this as a bit of a walkway. So we might go up and over, but for now we'll just go straight in. So we need 2 smelters. Let's be smart about this and do this from up high. These lookout towers are quite a good, quick way of getting up high to have a look at what you're building. So we're going to have the iron's going to come in here and go into there and then into there, I think. Yeah. So we want to split there. That's going to go in there. That's going to go in there. That's going to go there. Okay. And then, what do we want? We want 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 constructors. 2 constructors. 1 assembler. 2 assemblers. So we want 4 constructors and then 2 constructors. Okay, so we'll probably do something like we need to merge them. Let's go a bit closer. We go like that. Ah! Jump too high. I can never get on these ladders when I'm on a parachute. Okay, so we probably need to merge the 2 lines of... Did I do that right? Yeah. Okay, so the ingots go in there. Then we want... Well, 2 of them. So this is going to make iron plates. Then next to it, we're going to make iron rods. Don't know if I can get close enough now. So this is splitting like this. That's annoying me. Grr. Yeah. Okay. That in there. Cool. So these are going to be iron plates, and this one's going to be iron plates, but only a little bit. 13%. Then we want what do we want? We want iron rods 100%, and we want iron rod 75%. I have already worked out these maths, by the way. I'm not just a genius and doing it on the fly. I've got a separate tab open where I'm calculating all of the ratios. My brain cannot work that out. Okay. So now we've got iron rods being made and iron plates being made. Now we need to turn some of the iron rods into screws, which is going to come back here, like this, and like this, and this should be 1.13. So this is screws, and this is screws, but this is only 13%. And this should be 100%. Okay, so 1.13 worth of screws. Let's merge this. Yeah. So the iron rods come out of there. They are produced in those machines. What? Oh no, did the wrong one. Merger. Yeah, like that. Iron rods. Iron rods. The iron rods need to go all the way to the end because we're going to use them. So, yeah, one like that. One like that. Taking the iron rods down here. Some of the iron rods are going to go off to make screws in here, and here, and the rest are going to go off there. Okay, so we now got iron rods being made, iron plates being made, screws being made. We now need reinforced iron plates. Can we fit that in round here? We might be able to. Let's try cramming it all in. Let's try that. This is going to be reinforced iron plates at 75%. So it needs iron plates and screws. These are producing screws, aren't they? Yep, and the screws don't need to go anywhere other than here, so let's merge them in. Screws into there. Screws into there. Screws into there. Okay, so that's now getting screws. Now it needs iron plates, which are all the way around here. So the question is, do we go up and over? Probably. We could do something like that. And then we can come round. At that? Looks good to me. Yeah? Let's try. No, that one. That's annoying. Don't like that bend. We could go further out with this. Yeah, let's do that. In fact, we could probably just have a ramp. Let's try a ramp. Straight mode. Let's go to there. Yeah. And then, yeah, a ramp. Quite nice. I like that. Into there. Merger. Into there. Okay, so now the iron plates and the screws are coming into this. Cool. So now we've got reinforced iron plates here, and we've got some iron rods. This the iron rods? Here. These are going to be tight to get them out. And those two need to combine to make modular iron frames. Modular frames. Which we sort of want at this end as our output of the factory. Where's my staircase? Might have to move the oh no, I've sort of gone over the line of the staircase. Oops. Alright, I'll have a play around with that in a sec. Let's move this then to something like... we fit in here? No, it's a bit too tight. It does fit, but is it going to clip through? Let's see what we can come up with. So, reinforced iron plates in there, modular frames. How many modular frames? Oh, we want 1.25 modular frames. These machines are massive. So rather than building another one of those machines, I'm going to show you what happens when you use one of them slugs that we picked up. So I've got this blue slug, and I can convert it into this power shard. Cool. Put that in. And now I can overclock this machine, and I need it to be 1.25. So now it's going to do a bit more extra stuff, but you'll notice that the it doesn't actually show up on here, but the power cost goes up. I think. Have I imagined that? I thought that the power went up, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay. So now we need to bring these rods down. This is where it's going to get a bit messy. Not planned it very well. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's do the rods and then we'll put this back in. So we want the rods to come back on itself. Around here. And then, can I get that to go straight in, or do I need a ramp? No, that looks good. Okay, so rod's going in there. And we just need to connect up the one that we deleted. Could go up another level. Or I could take it slightly different route. Through a different gap. Let's do that. Yeah, that looks good. Ta-da! Okay, everything should be connected up now, so we need to start getting power running through all of this. And then we'll want to box it in and make it look a bit more like a decent factory rather than just an absolute mishmash of machines. Okay. Where should we put the cables? Probably another mishmash of cables. Really not designed this in a good way for walking around. Normally I'd do a lot more kind of planning and working out where to put everything, but this time I've just sort of built. And it is a mess, but it works. In the early game, just getting things up and running is what it's all about. Why have I put one in the middle of that? Goodness me. Smelt! Okay, so they're smelting. Cool. And then we want to go in here, and here, and here. I see. Okay, is that all the machines on? I missed one here. In theory, that should be working. Let's have a look. Dun 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 dun! So that's coming in there, that's producing iron ingots. Iron ingots are going out here, producing iron plates. And going in here and producing iron rods. Oh no! I've connected up the wrong thing! I knew I'd done something wrong because it felt weird that I was having to draw that line back. The iron rods that I needed are over there. Okay, let's redo that. I knew it felt off when I was building it. It just felt like that wasn't normally there when I'd done other builds. So we want to sort of bring this all the way along here. How are we going to do this? Yeah, very odd. So I'm going to bring it sort of down here. 1, 2, 3, like that. It's not very pleasant to look at, but it's going to do the job. We'll box this all in and then we'll forget about it. So the spare iron rods, this will take a while to build up, but the spare iron rods will come up here, all the way around. I mean, that's just awful. Try that. Is that a nicer curve? Yeah, it's a bit nicer. Cool. And then yeah, eventually make its way here. So this is getting reinforced iron plates now, so that's working. Takes a little while for everything to build up and clog up because we're using them for system. Okay, and then these rods will go in there. So we have everything making its way to where it needs to be, and it should all be running at 100% efficiency because I've worked out all the ratios. We'll let time tell on that. Cool. So those modular frames are going to end up in here, and hopefully we'll be able to start unlocking stuff. One last thing before I end this episode, let's just quickly head back over to the hub, which from memory was over here. Yep. We're going to start tidying this all stuff up now that we've got access to some of these things. Yeah, so there was some stuff that we could unlock in the MAM. This one.
This mushroom, dubbed bacon agaric due to its uncanny resemblance to raw bacon, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
Thanks. We can do spitter research. Cool. And
the remains researched belong to an organism that
let's
tends to
start
nest
filling
near
up
objects
the
emitting specific types of resonance.
vehicular
Spitters
transport.
are called as such due to their ability to create and spit plasma across long distances. Spitter remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving Pioneer safety during exploration.
Just dumping some stuff in here for later use. Oh, we might actually... We got enough to unlock the Blade Runners? This needs... Got enough of that. Yeah, look. If we can get 10 modular frames, which we've just started building.
Completed. Silica recipe unlocked. New quartz research available.
Ironically, I just spent all that time building a modular frame factory and now I'm hand building some modular frames. But there you go, needs must. So we might actually have picked up just enough quartz to build ourselves the Blade Runners. Quartz. We've certainly got enough to learn Blade Runners.
Blade Runners unlocked. Equipped to run faster, jump with greater force, and decrease fall damage that might otherwise have lowered your value to fix it.
Success! I think we only need 2 more modular frames and then we've got the Blade Runners, and that'll help us getting around the map a lot quicker. There are other things that we can build for transportation later on, like trucks and trains and cannons and all sorts, but for now, just having these and getting around the map quick is really useful. So let's equip them. Ta-da! I'll show you what they do in one sec. Let's just get any last technology up and running. No, I think that's just done. So let's dump that back in there. And we'll call it there. Here's what the Blade Runners do. See how much further I can jump? They don't work uphill. Woo! Woo! So you get around a lot quicker. You can jump higher, further, and run faster. So in this episode we built this modular frame factory. We started working on the coal power plant to improve that. We'll do some more of that next episode. And that's it. So thanks everyone for watching. Stay tuned for future episodes and have a great day. Thanks.